Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's July 3rd, 1961, and we got the Los Angeles Dodgers traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Braves here. And the starting lineup for the visiting Dodgers, leading off playing shortstop, Maury Wells. Batting second, Jim Gillum. Batting third, playing center field is Willie Davis. Batting fourth, playing left field is Wally Moon. Batting fifth, playing right field is Tommy Davis. Batting sixth, playing first base is Norm Larker. Batting seventh, playing third base is Darrell Spencer. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Norm Sherry. And on the mound, the lefty, Sandy Koufax. Let's see who the Milwaukee Braves are going to throw up against Sandy here today on the third. We got leading off playing center field is Gino, batting second, playing second, Frank Bolin, batting third, playing third, Eddie Matthews, batting fourth, playing right field is Hank Aaron, batting fifth, playing first base is Joe Adcock, batting sixth, doing the catching is Joe Torre, batting seventh, playing left field is Hawk Taylor, batting eighth, playing shortstop is Roy McMillan, and on the mound batting ninth is Bob Buhl. Let's get down here to Milwaukee County Stadium and get this game started, folks. And leading off for the Dodgers against Bob Buhl is Maury Wells. And he hits that ball in the center field. That'll be a base hit. Dodgers get the lead off runner on. Not what you want to see if you're a Braves with Maury with his speed. So here we go. I can Gillum up now. And will they hit and run? I think they are going to hit and run, try to stay out of the double play here. Here's the pitch. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is driven in the right field. Maury's going to get down the third rather. The hit and run pays off. And we got first and third now with nobody out. So first and third, nobody out. The Braves will play back here. Not trying to give up a big inning. Now we got one of the Davis boys up. It's Willie Davis. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a base hit, folks. And poor Bob's getting shellacked here early. And that ball's hit in the left field. And Gillum's going to get down the third. So we still got first and third and nobody out here in the first. Sure. With one run in. Now it brings up Wally Moon. Here's the pitch to Wally. Can Bob get an out here, folks? And that is going to be ball four. And Bob just walks the bases loaded. Sure. Could be a very quick outing for Bob. So we got the bases juiced. Nobody out. Now we got the other Davis boy, Tommy Davis, up now. And that's what the doctor ordered. Braves is looking for this. This ball is hit down the short. McMillan's up with it. He fires over to the Bolin, over to Adcock. Another run scores, but that's two out, folks. And Willie Davis will be standing down at third with two outs now. See if the Braves can get out of this with only two runs scoring. Here's the pitch to Locker. And that ball is popped up on the infield, I believe. No, that ball's hit in the short center field. Gino has to hustle, get in there and make the catch, and he does. And the Braves are lucky with bases loaded, nobody out. They only let two score. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Dodgers 2. Braves coming to bat against the lefty, Sandy Koufax. Gino, Bolin, and Matthews due up here. Here's the pitch to Gino. And that's going to be a swing and a miss strike 3. One down here in the first. Brings up Frank Bowling now. And that's going to be a base on balls. Frank with a nice eye doesn't chase it. Trots on down the first for the big boys. Here's Eddie Matthews against Sandy. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Bowling will get over the second. So with 2 outs, got a runner in scoring position for Hank Aaron. See if he can drive him in and cut this lead in half, folks. And that ball is lifted in the right field. Tommy Davis is patrolling out there today. He makes the catch. And the Braves strand Bowling down at second. We go to the second, and it's 2-0. Deuces everywhere. 2-0 Dodgers. We got Spencer, Shirley, and KOUFAX due up here in the second. Here's the pitch to Darryl. And that ball is popped up on the infield. Frank Baldwin's calling for it. Makes the catch. 1 out. Little better start here for Bob. Gets the first out anyway. Here's Norm Sherry. And that swung on and missed strike 3. 2 quick outs here in the second. Brings up Sandy KOUFAX. Here's the pitch to Sandy, and that ball's hit in the right field. Aaron's got it. 1, 2, 3 go to the Dodgers in the second. Go to the bottom of the second. It's still a 2-0 game, folks. We got Adcox, Torrey, and McMillan due up. I'm sorry, Adcox, Torrey, and Taylor due up. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that ball is hit down to Gillum at second. Fires over to first. Larkin's got it for the first out. Brings up Joe Torrey now. See if Joe can get on base here. And he sure does. He squares this up against Sandy, and he knocks that ball into the gap in right field. The Davis boys are converging on it. And Tommy will get there. He'll throw it in, but Joe Torrey's standing down at second with the double, folks. So Joe's in scoring position for the Hawk. See if the Hawk can do something here. He hasn't batted much this year. He's hitting .250 on the year. He's only had 12 at bats. And that's going to be a swing and a miss strike 3. Big strikeout by KOUFAX. That makes 2 outs now, so it's up to Mac with a 2-out base hit to drive him in. And that ball is hit in the right field. Tommy Davis in the gap makes the catch. And again, the Braves strand a runner down at second. And it's still 2-0 Dodgers. We're back to the top of the order here for the Dodgers. Maury Wills, Gillum, and Willie Davis. Here's the pitch to Willis. Maury Wills, I'll get it right. He's 1 for 1. He scored the first inning. And that ball is hit down to Frank Bowling. He's up with it, has to hustle with Willis' speed, and he gets him. Brings up Mr. Gillum. And Gillum's 1 for 1. He scored also. This ball's hit down the short. Roy McMillan's got it. He fires over to Joe Adcock. A quick 2 outs here in the third. And brings up Willie Davis. And Willie singled and drove in a run his first time up. And that ball is hit down to Matthews. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes to Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still a 2-0 game, folks. BUHL, Gino, and Bowling due up here for the Braves. See if Bob can help his own calls out here. No, he pops out up in the foul territory. Shirley's calling for it. Makes the catch. 1 out. And that brings up Gino. Gino's 0 for 1 today. Make it 0 for 2 as he strikes out for the second time. KOUFAX has got his number so far today, folks. Brings up Frank Bowling, who walked his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field for the Braves. So again, Frank Bowling gets on for the big boys. Can they take advantage of it? Here's Eddie. Eddie walked his first time up. I'm sorry, he grounded out the third his first time up. He walks this time out. Was predicting the future there, folks. So all of a sudden, Sandy with 2 outs has got a runner in scoring position and bowling. Matthews down at first for the hammer, Henry Hank Aaron. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, over to first to get Hank. And that ends the inning, folks. And the Braves leave again. Frank Bowling down at second and Matthews at first. Wasting some opportunities here against the lefty. You got Moon, Davis, and Larker due up here for the Dodgers. It's still 2-0. Here's the pitch to Wally. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Wally's aboard for the second time today with nobody out. And that'll bring up Tommy Davis now. Tommy's 0 for 1. He grounded into the double play. Braves would love to see him do that again, but he hits that ball out to Hawk Taylor out there in left field. He chases it down for the first out here in the fourth. Brings up Norm Larker. See if they can induce a ground ball and get a double play out of Norm. No, he lifts that ball in the center field. Gino's on his high horse. Tracks that down in left center. And that's 2 outs. Brings up Spencer, Daryl Spencer. He is 0 for 1. He popped up to second his first time up. And that ball is inside and it hits him. That sure wasn't done on purpose. The Dodgers don't like it, but got to know that wasn't done on purpose. 2 outs. They sure didn't want to put Moon in scoring position. Here's Norm Sherry. Sherry's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And he strikes out again, folks. He's got Sherry's number today. So the Dodgers leave Moon and Spencer on. Don't score. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still a 2-0 game. Adcock, Torrey, and Taylor due up. See if they can make some noise against KOUFAX. Joe grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Tommy Davis is out there. Willie Davis is out there, rather. Get the right Davis. And 1 out. And that'll bring up Joe Torrey now. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that ball is swung on and missed, strike 3. So that's 2 quick outs here in the fourth. That brings up the Hawk. I think he struck out his first time up. He did. And he hits that ball down to Maury Wells at short. Over to Larker. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the fifth. Los Angeles Dodgers 2. Milwaukee Braves nothing. Got KOUFAX in the top of the order and Wills and Gillum. And here's a pitch to Sandy. And that is hit down the first. And Joe Adcock lets the ball get by him, folks. It's going to be an E3. He goes and gets it. KOUFAX stomps at first. But that's not good. And Aaron letting the pitcher get on. And brings up Maury. He's 1 for 2 and scored and grounded out the other time. And that's going to be ball 4. Take your base, and all of a sudden Bob Buell's in trouble here. First and second, nobody out for Gillum. Gillum's 1 for 2. He grounded out the short his other time up. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. That was a big strikeout by Bob Buell. Brings up Willie Davis now. Willie's 1 for 2 with an RBI. He grounded out the third his other time up. And that ball is going to be hit down the short. And McMillan goes over to second. And that'll be it. Boland's unable to the turn 2. So KOUFAX will end up at third. Willie Davis will be down at first now for Wally Moon. 2 outs though. See if we can get out of this inning with nobody scoring. Wally's 1 for 1 when he walked. And that's a ground ball down the short. Down the second. Frank Boland's got it. He throws over to McMillan. And that'll end the inning. Braves get out of the mess with nobody scoring. They're still trailing by 2. We got McMillan, BUHL, and Gino due up here in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Mac. And that ball is swung on and missed, strike 3. Brings up Bob BUHL now. See if he can make some contact and do some good here. No, he can't. That's strike 3 on Bob BUHL. And all of a sudden, Sandy KOUFAX is reminding everybody of Linda Ronstadt, because he's throwing a bunch of blue bayous. Here is Gino talking about blue bayous. He struck him out twice, trying to get the hat trick on Gino. And he does, folks. Sandy KOUFAX says, good morning, good afternoon, and good night as he strikes out the side, folks. And that is his 7th strikeout of the game. We go to the bottom of the 6th. KOUFAX is just getting on top of the 6th. Just looks like he's getting stronger. We got Tommy Davis, Larker, and Spencer due up here in the 6th against Bob. Excuse me. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He gets Tommy. 1 down. That brings up Norm Larker now. And that's a ground ball down the short. McMillan up with it. Quick 2 outs. And here comes Daryl Spencer now. He's 0 for 1, hitting 204 on the year. And that ball is hit in the left field. Taylor near the line makes the catch. And 1, 2, 3 goes the Dodgers. We got Boland, Matthews, and Aaron due up here. See if they can do something against Sandy here in the 6th. He struck out the side in the 5th. Frank Boland's 1 for 1 with a walk here, so looks like he's doing well. But he hits that ball down to Spencer at third. He fires over the Norm at first, 1 out. Brings up Eddie Matthews. Can Eddie do something here, folks? Eddie's 0 for 1 with a walk. And he's hitting 314 on the year. And he does get a single in the left field, just out of the reach of Maury Wills. So again, we got a runner on for the Hammer, Henry Hank Aaron. And Hank's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the third his last time up and flew out. He's hitting 326 on the year, folks, with 15 home runs. See if he can finally do something against KOUFAX here today. And no, he doesn't, because that is a big swing and a miss. And that's strikeout number 8 for Sandy. He is rolling today, folks. That brings up Joe Adcock with 2 outs and Eddie down at first. See what Joe can do. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the second and flew out. He's hitting 265 on the year. And that's going to be a ball hit down the third. Spencer throws that ball into the ground. Larkin blocks it, but unable to get anybody out. So the Braves get an extra out here, folks. Matthews down at second. And Joe down at first for Joe Torre. Can he make them pay? Here's the pitch to Joe. And that is hit back to Sandy. And he muffs that ball, folks. That's an E1. And all of a sudden, the Dodgers defense, including Sandy himself, is letting him down. We got bases loaded, folks, for the Hawk. Let's see what Taylor can do here, folks. Here's the pitch. And that's a big strikeout. Sandy Rares back, puts a little bit of extra mustard on that one for his 9th strikeout, and the Braves lead the bases loaded, folks. 2 gifts and unable to take advantage of it. Don't look like it's going to be the Braves' day today. At least not until they knocked poor Sandy out of this game. Surely, and then KOUFAX and Maury Wills due up here in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Norm. And that ball is hit down the first. Joe Adcock's up with it. He'll take it himself for out number 1. Here comes the left hand of God, Sandy KOUFAX. He pops that ball up behind home plate. And Joe makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Maury Wills now. Maury is 1 for 2, hitting 274 on the year. And that's ball 4. Bob walks Maury with 2 outs. See if he stays put at first here. Here's Gillum. And that ball is ball 4, just wide of the plate. And Bob all of a sudden now has walked the last 2 batters after breezing through this 7th inning with 2 outs. He's walked the last 2. I'd love to get him through this inning. He is due up second. Here's Willie Davis. And that ball is hit in the center field. Gino's got it, and Bob gets out of the inning and holds it to a 2-run game. See if the Braves can do something. We got the 7th inning stretch, folks. Alrighty, we got McMillan, a pitch hitter for Bob, and Gino due up. McMillan's 0 for 2. He's only hitting a $193 on the year. Here's the pitch to Mac, and he hits that down to his counterpart down at short, Maury. He fires over the Larker, and that is 1 out. Now, Bob pitched a heck of a game. He was just going up against Sandy KOUFAX. Had that rough first inning, and then he settled down. See if the Braves can come back here and get him off the hook. And they're going to bring in the Cat. See if the Cat got 9 lives here and can get on for against Sandy KOUFAX. Hey, legends. Sandy KOUFAX is pitching a hell of a game here. Got a shutout going. I think he's got like 9 strikeouts. Yeah, he's got 9 strikeouts. Here's Felix. Let's see what Felix can do here. And he pops that ball up behind home plate, right up the chute. Norm hardly has to move at all. Throws the mask to the side, and that is 2 outs. And that'll bring up Gino now. Gino's 0 for 3, hitting 232 on the year. And he flies out to center field as Davis comes charging in to make the catch. And that is a 1-2-3 7th, folks. We go to the top of the 8th. The Braves still trailing by 2. They'll need a pitcher here. Let's see who they're going to bring in. They don't got many arms in the bullpen. Had that double hitter against the Reds. They're only carrying 9 pitchers. Don Noteberg's going to come in here and pitch here. See what he can do. He's got Moon, Tommy Davis, and Locker due up here in the 8th. And here's the pitch to Moon. Did he? Wait a second here. Undo. Says he's tired already. I didn't look. He might have pitched. Said he hadn't pitched in a while. But we'll go back and look. What did Gino do? He flew out the center, didn't he? flew out the right. Redo that, flew out the right. Okay, now let's take a look. Cause like I say, I don't want to bring a pitcher in that just pitched, but I thought I looked and he didn't. It says he's tired before he even pitched. Yeah. When did he last pitch? So you go to that and it says he didn't pitch. Had to just pitched. You could say. We'll put him in here and look. I bet he pitched yesterday, and for some reason it's not saying anything. Yeah, he pitched on the second. I thought he did. Switch it over here. He pitched one of the double headers. I thought so. Alrighty. So we're not going to go with Don. So let's see here. Who are we going to go with? We're going to go with, guess we'll go with Clyde Raymond here. Come in to pitch. Sorry about that, folks. Just didn't make any sense. Didn't show any usage when I clicked on it. So we got Raymond coming in here to face Moon and the gang. And here's the pitch to Wally. And that is going to be ball 4. Raymond starts off this 8th inning with a walk, not what you want. And that brings up Tommy Davis. Let's see if they can get a ground ball and get a double play here, folks. And that's exactly what happens. The pitcher's best friend. That ball is hit down the short. Max up with it, fires over to Bolin, who fires over to Joe Adcock. 6-4-3 double play. Raymond tips his cap to the boys in the infield. That's 2 outs now and nobody on for Norm. Norm's 0 for 3. He's hitting .333 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Eddie Matthews calls everybody off. And the Braves get out of the inning after that walk with a double play and a pop-up. So he faces the minimum. We go to the 8th. We got Bolin, Matthews, and Aaron against Sandy. See if they can make a dent in his armor here. Here's the pitch to Frank Bolin. And that's a single in the left. That's the way to start it. Frank is 2 for 3. He's the only one really doing anything against Sandy here. Here comes the big boys. They've kind of struggled here. Matthews is 1 for 2. He grounded out the 3rd, walked, and then he singled. Let's see if he can keep it up here and get maybe a double or something this time. And he beats out an infield hit, and all of a sudden KOUFAX is having a little bit of problem, folks, and that'll get the bullpen up. Yep, they got the bullpen up now. They got Sherry and they got Perinoski up. And that brings up the big boy. One swing of the bat here. And the Braves can take the lead here, folks, against Mr. KOUFAX. First and second, nobody out. Aaron is 0 for 3. He's flew out the right, grounded out the 3rd, and struck out. And that ball is hit back to the mound. And Sandy spins, throws down the 2nd. Morey's covering, fires over to Larkin, and Hank hits into a 1-6-3 double play, folks. Frank Bolin gets down the 3rd, but that's not what you wanted. Now there's 2 outs, and a runner on at 3rd. Looked like the Braves is making some noise against Sandy, and he gets the double play that killed this rally probably. Here's Joe Adcock. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the second, flew out the center, and reached on an air. And that's a fly ball in the right field. Tommy Davis is going back near the track, makes the catch, and the Braves squander it again, folks. They've had their opportunities. We go to the top of the ninth. It's still 2-0 Dodgers. You got Spencer, Sherry, and KOUFAX due up. Here's the pitch to Daryl Spencer. And that's going to be a pop up at third. Matthews has got it for out number 1. Brings up Norman Sherry now. Sherry is 0 for 2, hitting .244 on the year. And that ball is hit down the short. McMillan's got it. Fires over the first. And that is your second out, folks. Brings up KOUFAX. They're going to let him bat. See if he can complete this game, have a shutout. And that is popped up on the infield. Bowen calls for it, makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, go to the Dodgers. So the Braves are down to the bottom of the ninth. Torrey, Taylor, and McMillan due up here for the Braves. See if Joe can get something started here. And that's a pop-up back near the screen. Sherry makes the catch. 1 out. That brings up Hawk Taylor now. See if the Hawk can get on board here. He's 0 for 3. Struck out, grounded out, and struck out. And we lose the dice, of course. Now it's an official game. And that ball is hit down to second. That's an easy play for Gillum. And that'll be out number 2. So Braves are down to their last out. McMillan's up now. See if he can get on base here. He's flew out the right, struck out, and grounded out the short. And he walks, folks. So the Braves ain't dead yet. A tying run comes to the plate. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Raymond. And it's going to be Frank Thomas is going to come out to pitch hit. See if Frank can make some noise here. Tie this ball game up with 1 swing of the bat. And this will probably be the last batter for KOUFAX one way or the other. So here's the pitch to Frank. And that's a swing and a miss. And KOUFAX gets his 10th strikeout to end the game. And that's the way I guess this game should have ended. As the Braves squander another opportunity and get shut out 2-0. Let's take a look at the box score here. Sure. The Dodgers 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. The Braves no runs on 5 hits and an error. The Braves out hit the Dodgers, but could only come up with a goose egg, folks. The top of the order from Maury Wills down the Moon all had the 1 hit apiece. Not all the damage came in the first inning here. We'll look at the scorecard. Maury got on with a single. Gillum got on with a single. Davis drove Maury in, and then Moon walked. And then Tommy Davis hit into a double play that scored the second run. So, sure. All that happening in the first inning. And then after that, Bob Buhl settled down, folks, and pitched a heck of a game. Not thinking 2 runs was going to do him in. And out of the 5 hits, Bowen and Matthews, like I say, they was the only 2 to figure Sandy out. Joe Torrey had a hit, and that was it. He had that double. KOUFAX went the distance, 5 hits, no runs, walked 3, and struck out 10. And BUHL, they wasted a good pitching game for him. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 4, struck out 4. Raymond came in, closed the game out for 2 innings and walked 1, but Braves just could not get anything going, folks. Let's do some fast play here. Since the Yankees don't play, we got the Indians traveling to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. And the Orioles win big. The Indians 3 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors. Orioles 10 runs on 12 hits and an error. We got the A's traveling out to LA to take on the Angels. A's was out looking around in Oakland, thinking they might move out there and join them out there in California. And the A's 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Angels 1 run on 5 hits and 3 errors. And the White Sox travel to Minnesota to take on the Twins. And the White Sox win 4 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. The Twins 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors. Last American League game is the Red Sox traveling down to the nation's capital in D.C. to take on the Senators. And the Red Sox win a slugfest. 10 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Senators 7 runs on 13 hits and 2 errors. And the only other game going on in the National League on July 3rd is the Pirates traveling across the river to take on the Cincinnati Reds. And the Pirates win 3 runs, a close game on 5 hits and no errors. And the Reds only 2 runs on 10 hits and an error. The Reds haven't been hitting worth a crap, folks. Let's take a look at the standings here after July 3rd, getting ready to go into the holiday. 4th of July, you got the Yankees 4 games up on the Tigers, 7 games up on Baltimore. The Minnesota Twins are 9 games back. Chicago White Sox 10.5. Los Angeles Angels 13 games back. Boston Red Sox 15.5. Cleveland Indians 17.5. And we got a tie for last place, folks. The Senators and the A's are both 24.5 games back in the American League. Now in the National League, the Giants are getting closer. They're only 2 games back of the Braves. The Cardinals are 4 games back. The Reds are 4.5. Dodgers and the Cubbies are 7.5 games back. The Pirates 9.5 games back. And the poor Phillies are 21 games back. Milwaukee is still leading the American League, but he's down to 249 average. Maris is still leading with home runs with 330. Norm Cash has got 76 RBIs over Bill Skowron. We'll see what happens. We got a double hitter here on July 4th coming up, folks, between the Tigers and the Yankees. 2 big games. George Altman's leading the whole major leagues with a 350 batting average now. Willie Mays is leading the National League with 24 RBIs, followed by his 2 teammates, Alou and Cepeda, 21 and 20 apiece. And Cepeda, with their 72 RBIs, is still leading the National League by a wide margin. Jim Bunning's leading the American League with a 1.86 ERA, followed by Terry and Stafford for the Yanks with a 2.34 and 2.35. And Bunning's leading the league with 14 wins, folks. Whitey's trying to keep pace with 12. Luis Aurora has got 16 saves for the American League. And for the National League, you got Joey J with a 2.49 ERA. You got Warren Spahn leading the league with 10 wins, and Don McMahon with his 16 saves leading the National League. Right now, Norm Cash is leading the American League in MVP voting. Jim Bunning's leading the league with Cy Young vote. Cepeda MVP in the National League right now, and Warren Spahn with the Cy Young. I want to thank Legend Sports Universe for stopping by here today. Check out his channel. He just got done his National League and American League Championship Series and all-time greats. And now it'll be the San Francisco Giants taking on the Oakland A's in the World Series there. So check out that great channel. And I'll be back here in a little bit here. We'll have this double hitter here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for this double hitter against the Tigers and the Yanks on July 4th. You got first game, you got Mossy against Ford. And then in game 2, you're going to have Larry against Tuttle. So we'll see what happens here. Battle for first place will be coming up here in a little bit on the channel. So keep an eye on that. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can hit that bell so you know when the next game's coming up, folks. Hit that like button on your way out of Milwaukee. And until next time, you all have a great day and take care.